What's up, guys? So back again with another UFC video here. We got two UFC cards on the same day, so that's pretty fun, pretty stacked. UFC Fight Night 99 and UFC Fight Night 100, from what I know. So it's going to be MOUSASI versus Hall 2, and the other card is Ryan Bader versus Lil Nog 2. So two rematches there. But we're going to go ahead and start this video off with the MOUSASI versus Hall 2 card. So yeah, this video is all about this card. Only the main card, guys, because just didn't have enough time to study the Fight Pass prelims. I mean, as you can see here, there's just tons of fights here. Like, there's just way too much. So I don't got time. I didn't have time for that. So I'm just going to go ahead and give you guys my picks and predictions and a little bit of fight analysis on the main card only. So let's go ahead and get started here, guys. Starting off the main card, we got Artem Lobov versus Teruto Ishihara. One of my favorite fighters right now at the moment. So we got Lobov, obviously McGregor's teammate and training partner. And yeah, pretty much two strikers. Lobov, pretty durable, takes a lot of punishment, has a lot of power in that left hand. Or was it the right hand? You know what? I think it was the left hand. Either way, this guy has power. And Ishihara, also a southpaw. And yeah, this guy throws a lot of power also. This guy is a good striker with some power. Lobov, I would say, is more of a a power striker. I wouldn't say he has like the best technique or anything like that. So the way I see this fight playing out is I see it obviously staying on the feet. These guys are not known for takedowns. As you can see in their statistics and their grappling, none of these guys ever even shot for a takedown. So this fight's gonna stay on the feet, and I gotta just go ahead and give it to the better and sharper striker here, guys, and that's gonna be Teruto, aka Mr. I love my bitches. So yeah, this guy's a fucking badass, and yeah, it's always fun to watch this guy fight. He's over there with his post-fight, interviews and whatnot, saying that he loves his bitches and whatnot. So this guy's pretty funny. He's got some personality, and yeah, this guy has some power and some good technique. So yeah, I think Teruto here should be able to win this fight, guys. Lobov takes a lot of punishment, so I'm not too sure if he's gonna get knocked out. Could be either a very early knockout if he catches him clean early, or it could be a third round knockout, or probably more than likely it's probably going to be Ishihara by decision, but he's going to land a shit ton of strikes. This guy has a lot of striking output. He's always throwing punches and kicks, and like I said, this guy's a really good striker, guys. Him and Do-Ho Choi are my favorites right now at this 145-pound division. So yeah, keep an eye out, guys. But I'm gonna go ahead and pick Ishihara to win by, I'm gonna go ahead and say third round knockout. So Ishihara, third round knockout. Moving on to the next fight. This fight's a little bit harder to call because it's a heavyweight fight. But anyways, we got Timothy Johnson against Alexander Volkov. Volkov used to be a former Bellator heavyweight champion. Johnson's coming off a good win against Marcin Tybura, who, who's a good striker just like Volkov. But I would say Volkov's obviously the longer fighter, and I would say maybe he's a little bit better with the striking. But Volkov lacks the ground game, as in, Tybura didn't lack the ground game. Tybura was pretty good on the ground, and his striking wasn't bad either. And Volkov here, he has the striking, but his ground game is non-existent as far as takedown defense. So yeah, this guy is exploitable on the ground. Timothy Johnson's a good wrestler. As you can see his stats right there below. He'll go for the takedowns, or he'll just push up against the cage, land some shots. But he also just likes to brawl sometimes, which this could be a problem because if he stays brawling, on the outside and whatnot, Volkov will pick him apart, and that's that's something that we don't want, especially if you're putting money on Timothy Johnson here. So I do see a path for victory here for Volkov, but I think Timothy Johnson's going to be a smart guy, and I think he's going to use his wrestling. Who was it that he used his wrestling against? He took down Shamil Abdurakhimov, who was actually beating him up on the feet, took him down right away. Smashed them on the ground. That's pretty much it. First round finish. Tabura, he's a good grappler, so he didn't take him down. And the other guy he fought, Jared Roshaw, is another good wrestler, and Johnson got his own takedown. So, like I'm saying, this guy's a D2 wrestler. Obviously, his wrestling credentials, from Minnesota. So yeah, I expect Johnson to use his wrestling here, and hopefully he uses it, because I'm gonna pick him on my DraftKings. So hopefully he comes through, uses that wrestling, takes Volkov down, just smashes him on the ground. But my initial thoughts, guys, I was actually picking Volkov, but you got to be smart about these picks. And Johnson's very durable. He's aggressive, comes forward all the time, and I could see him making it an ugly fight, and then taking the fight down to the ground and just kind of smashing Volkov. So I'm going to go ahead and pick Timothy Johnson to get the win here, and I think it's going to be, I'm going to go ahead and say second round knockout. So Johnson, second round knockout. Next fight here, we got Ross Pearson against Stevie Ray. Obviously Pearson's very well known, good striker, also has some takedowns. But primarily likes to box, box/kickbox. Good multi also. Stevie Ray, don't know too much about this guy, but I know I picked against him at one time, and obviously I lost. But yeah, this guy's, he's a good grappler, but also a good power striker. He has some power in his hands. I shown in his last fight. But I think this fight's gonna stay on the feet. I don't think Stevie Ray is going to be able to take down Pearson. And yeah, I just really see this fight playing out on the feet. I just really can't pick against Pearson, especially against Stevie Ray. I don't think his striking's at that caliber. And yeah, Pearson, I say, would only get beaten by really better strikers on the feet. So I think Pearson should be able to win this. Don't really see much of a finish here, so I'm going to go ahead and say Pearson. More than likely by decision. So Pearson by decision. Alright guys, moving on to the main event here. We got Gegard MOUSASI against Uriah Hall. These guys obviously fought before. Hall was able to catch MOUSASI in that second round. Able to take him out with that nice combination. So he was able to finish him right there by TKO. Yeah, it was pretty crazy when that shit happened and whatnot. But I don't think it's gonna happen again. MOUSASI was dominating him in that first round. Controlling him on the ground, landing shots on the ground, and pretty much just shows that MOUSASI is just overall just a better fighter. Just happened to get caught in that fight against Hall. And yeah, I don't think MOUSASI is gonna do that this time. I don't think he's gonna get caught. This guy's a fucking veteran. He almost has 50 fights. That's pretty fucking crazy right there. And this guy's not even that. He's not even that old. I think he's like barely 30, something like that. Anyways, MOUSASI is obviously coming off that big win against Vitor Belfort, and Hall, pretty sure, is coming off a loss. So yeah, MOUSASI has the momentum here. He's on this little win streak. I think he's going to keep it going here, guys. I think he's going to be too good on the ground. He's going to go ahead and do that same game plan he did in his last fight, except this time not get caught, not stay too much on the feet. But even on the feet, MOUSASI is also good on the feet. I mean, he has some really good striking. It's just Hall, throws crazy spinning shit, and whenever you stand with him, you run the risk that you might get caught with some crazy spinning shit. So yeah, but Hall did get KO'd in his last fight, so his chin got a little softened up right there. MOUSASI is not known for having huge power, but he does have some power, and like I said, his striking is pretty good. So it's not like if the fight would stay all on the feet, I would still give MOUSASI a chance, because like I said, his striking's also pretty damn good. But overall, this MMA fight, and yeah, MOUSASI's going to be a smart fighter here. He's going to take the fight to the ground. He's going to smash Hall on the ground. It's going to be a 5-round fight, and I think it's going to go probably 4 or 5 rounds before Hall probably gets finished by a submission or a TKO. So I'm going to go ahead and say MOUSASI gets a late finish. Yeah, fourth round TKO. So that's going to be my pick, MOUSASI, 4th round TKO. So that's it for the video, guys. I got Ishihara, 3rd round knockout, Johnson, 2nd round knockout, Pearson by decision, and MOUSASI, 4th round knockout. Alright guys, so thanks for watching. Like I said, sorry I couldn't do the rest of the card, but just didn't have time. But yeah, anyways guys, thanks for watching, and catch you guys on the next video.